Now, video recording. Now, we're going to start that stream. All right. We all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Recording now.
I've been recording.
All right. Quick recap of everyone's status. Augustyn, you're at 8 of 15 blood points, 3 of 6 willpower. Excavo, 12 of 15 blood points, and you have 1 bashing damage. Darby, you're at 19 of 20 blood points. And Archibald, you have 9 of 13 blood points, and you are at the incapacitated health level. And welcome back to New Cammack. In the last session, Augustyn learned that his recent murder of a mortal in a cemetery, by draining all of their blood, was in the presence of a Tremere ghoul named Jimothy, and was written about online by a local conspiracy theorist who believes all the recent exsanguination deaths to be the result of aliens coming in and harvesting blood and possibly other organs. It's a real throwback conspiracy theory from like the 90s. After assuring Tremere Regent Leslie Lane that he will personally head up the investigation and find the person responsible for the Masquerade breaching murder, Augustyn, who committed said murder, then claimed yet another victim in an alley, resulting in his humanity rating finally degenerating to 5. Couldn't dodge consequences forever. Also, Darby
sure try.
Darby practiced using the trebuchet on top of Club Wonderland to violently throw himself to an enclosed wooded area in New Cammack University, which we're using the analogy of it's like Christie Woods at Ball State University.
Yeah.
He was pretty successful at ending up where he was aiming, but he figured he'd get even better results with a wingsuit, which he convinced Augustyn to rush order for him, and which arrives in the mail today, and which I have lovingly crafted a set of mechanics for the use of.
Oh, fuck yes.
Also arriving today is Prince Archibald Alvins, who, after being beaten into torpor by a group of bikers 3 days ago, was just healed by Augustyn using a power of the thaumaturgical path of blood that Augustyn just got specifically for this purpose. And Augustyn
it's only
healed...
been 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
In game, it's been like...
Right.
And 2 of them
days.
happened like in the last session, because we were fast forwarding. Like the vast majority of it was 1 day, and the vast majority of that was 1 combat, which lasted like 4 separate sessions.
Your last session with us was in real world time about 13 months ago.
Oh, it was over a year.
Oh, dang.
Most of that time was spent on basically one fight.
Wow.
One big fight that took a few months to resolve, because that's
I was a different
roleplay.
person then. Literally.
Yeah, accurate.
This is the one thing I know about what has happened, actually.
Great. You haven't missed much. It took a long time to resolve the details of that scene.
So Augustyn healed Archibald up to the out of torpor and into the incapacitated health level, at which Archibald is awake but like barely able to speak and can't really do anything, but he can heal himself all the way back up to normal. So that happened right before everyone went to sleep. Archibald had the confusing experience of right as the sun was about to rise, Augustyn doing some sort of magic and him coming to and going and then falling asleep. Everyone went to sleep, and let's resolve some dream stuff real quick. Hey Augustyn, guess what?
Crap.
Oh yeah. Excavo will have a little bit of time to come up with 2 questions that she could ask her mirror self. Meanwhile, hey Augustyn.
Hello, friend.
So you read in the newspaper that the Midwest Catholic Conference has, on short notice, convened a large meeting in New Cammack. The purpose of the meeting is publicly stated to be to ratify a new set of bylaws. But you soon learn that it's actually a cover for all hunters east of the Mississippi, declaring open season on all vampires and their ghouls in New Cammack. After one too many masquerade breaches, professional vampire hunters descended on New Cammack over the day and began the work of finding you and your comrades. Word has passed you through the grapevine that Barry's house was burned down during the day as he slept, presumably killing him, and Elizabeth was captured and beheaded while she was out hunting. The rest of the Tremere have fled the city, but not before sending you a video shot by a hunter of the brutal torture of Jeffrey Lamprey, in which he tells the hunters how to find all the other kindred in the city, including the location of Darby Manor. As the sun begins to rise, you nervously step onto the porch of Darby Manor to survey the area before going to sleep. You see no intruders on your property, and you don't hear anything unusual. But as you turn to go back inside, you see a note on the front door on which someone scrawled the words, "Sleep tight," in menacing letters. You know that you don't have time to find anywhere else to sleep before the sun rises, and that once your eyes close, you're at the mercy of whomever wrote the note. Please give me a willpower roll, difficulty 7, to determine if this nightmare was traumatizing to you.
I've only got 5 actual willpower anymore, so... Liu?
What you got?
I see a 1.
Yes.
So, this is the first time this has happened. There are no successes and there's a 1, meaning you have botched. The result of botching on a nightmare roll is...
Arrangement?
No, actually. You believe that you are still in that nightmare when you wake up. So for this specific nightmare, that means when you wake up, you are not immediately certain if the hearing about the convention of hunters, finding the note, you wake up with a memory of that, and it's not clear if it was a dream memory or if it was something that actually happened yesterday while you were confused and busy and tired, and the memory is kind of fuzzy. But you were left with the feeling that it's actually true that because of repeated masquerade breaches, hunters are coming, and they are, in fact, very capable of doing some research, finding out where kindred sleep, and doing bad things to them during the day when everyone's asleep. This is the trauma that you were hanging on to.
I'm going to go ahead and call it as a result of the paranoia. My external handy-do is going to, in place of having a holster anywhere normal to keep it, it's going to work like a reverse head crab. It's just going to sit on the back of my skull with the eye facing vigilantly and paranoidly behind me when I'm not actively using it. That's just going to be its resting place. So I'm just going to have this disembodied hand vibing on the back of my dome.
And
okay,
just
always
giving you
head,
just like
head in hand.
giving you head rubs too, just like chilling you out because you're stressed. You know,
is your hand oscillating? You have no idea how relaxing this is.
the question is, does it feel like a massage or does it feel like you're doing it yourself?
Yeah, it's.
Ooh.
There was a Jim Varney character on the old Ernest TV show that was some kind of supervillain that his shtick was there was just a hand, just someone out of frame, their hand. There was a hand just always on the top of his head. Is this familiar to anyone else?
No.
This rings bells to me.
Okay, so Augustyn, you are left with what feels like the knowledge that hunters are coming for everyone as a result of these masquerade breaches. Also, you have a dice pool penalty of a 1 on everything for the rest of the night.
I love that for me. It's all coming up, Augustyn.
Those sweet humanity rolls. It's all turning around now.
This kind of feels like appropriate karma for all the masquerade breaches. This is, of all the possible consequences, this is not the worst. So, bringing it around to Excavo. Excavo, we forgot in the previous night to give you a chance to ask one of your yes or no questions. So you fall asleep. You were in that void. The ground is made of mirror shards. You walk up a little path to the mirror with the question marks in the frame. You see your own mute reflection not quite following what you're doing. You understand at this point that you could ask any yes or no question, and it gives you an answer that has so far been accurate.
Okay. My first question is, will I be called upon to fulfill Jeffrey Lamprey's boon soon? From Club Wonderland.
This is another one of those things where your actions could potentially influence the answer, but I'll say, if you were to rephrase it, if I didn't specifically do anything to result in like Jeffrey having a new reason to call in a boon, would he come up with a reason on his own sometime soon? Then your reflection would shake its head no.
Okay. And then given who my character is, they would ask this question, although it may not be very helpful. Will I ever be the prince again?
That is not a thing that Graham can answer. A lot of these questions about the future are, I know strategically those are the best questions to ask. Those are I would have no way of answering that. So
I know that's not a great question to ask, but I do.
You do ask it.
My character would ask that question. That would be what she would want to ask.
Your reflection shrugs and gives you a facial expression that conveys some things are not yet written.
Yeah. She's obviously thinking about Archibald is going to come to, so her reign has kind of ended.
Yeah. Well, this leaves you with, you're still in that same void, and it seems like you won't be released until you do ask a question that it could answer.
Oh. Okay. She would have wasted her question, but I couldn't. Something about when I'm learning about famine. Is there more to learn from spirit touching those letters, or trying to dig deeper?
I think you did a few rounds of the spirit's touch, and you got pretty good rolls, and I think you got all the information that could be pulled from that. So your reflection shakes its head no, and you are released. Okay. You fall through the ground. You fall into your bed. Little cuts on you mysteriously, and you wake up. And when you get up, Archibald has the option to to heal up to all of his damage, which is 7 levels. He has 9 blood points, though. If you just heal 1 blood level, you can at least like stand up and walk around.
I'm just gonna do that.
Cool.
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure out the right balance between wound penalties for feeding and then like spending your time feeding.
You're at the crippled health level, and all 4 of you reunite in the living room of Darby Manor.
Darby's got like a little tear of blood in his eye, and he's just saluting. You know, he's just like, I didn't know I was going to see you again, sir.
Hello.
First, I would like to... I wake up and do a big gaspy breath, and I'm just like, Jack! Oh my god. Guys, it was terrible. I dreamt the most awful thing. I dreamt that Jack died.
What? From Titanic?
No, my best friend, my beloved Onion Jack.
Who?
Was that a dream or a memory?
Haven't thought about him. Haven't thought about him 1 second, actually. Now that you bring him up.
Was Onion Jack was it all just a dream?
Wouldn't that have been nice? No, all of that was real, but he's still quite dead.
Oh god.
I haven't seen him around recently in ghost form or like human sack of potatoes form.
How?
Just he's been gone. It's been very sad and quiet and peaceful and sad.
How long have I been in torpor? It feels like
it
13 months at least.
And it's only been.
It can hit you like that.
It's only been 3 days.
It's only been a couple days.
3 days.
Ah.
Oh.
What was it like on the other side? I've never been into torpor before.
It was better there.
That's a low bar.
Jack was there.
Darby did die once, though.
No,
I'm literally like.
I was fine. I've never been into torpor, but I was all the way dead. I skipped. It's like do not pass go.
So, what's all been going on while I've been out?
Oh well.
I missed. Surely not much has happened in just 2 days.
So the reason you are back is because of Augustyn here. He decided to go down a new path in his learning, as it were.
You finally went to nursing school, like you've been talking about. They have
nursing a grumpy attitude towards these what's-their-fucks over at the goddamn chantry!
What?
But yes.
So you're mad at Batman? Is that it? What's?
The insufferability of my superiors is renowned and known by the broader everybody.
He doesn't lack authority. I don't know, man. He's not good at being a creepy wizard guy. They're supposed to just be like, yes sir, no sir, following orders and all that. He hates his team.
I stumble over to Augustyn with much difficulty and put my hand on his shoulder and say, Augustyn, they are hardly your superiors. You are the greatest Tremere that I know. You're a tremendous Tremere. They are not your superiors. I am.
You are not just a Tremere, you are a Tremajor.
You're Tremajor. You're not merely. You're not a mere Tremere.
Blushing slightly, in whatever weird way vampires do. My good man, it would be worth noting, A recent spree of masquerade breaching deaths has been
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. I was just going to mention, it kind of sounds like he's trying to throw off the shackles of his oppressors, like the wealthy, gentrified landowners are trying to exercise their control and leverage, and he's throwing off the bonds of servitude and working toward a free future for himself. What do you think about that?
Augustyn, if it weren't for your tremendously large bank account that allows you to purchase an entire gun store and its inventory on a credit card, you would be a model member of the proletariat. You've clearly been reading my book collection and my many published academic essays. Hopefully you haven't been paying for access on JSTOR, but you have been downloading them on uTorrent.
Alas, my computer flashes many black screens at irregular interval. I assume that to be Excavo, though.
Oh, I will take a look at it.
You're right. Computers are very hard. That's why we have a computer person. And now, now that I've heard of an update on your magic, I would like to hear an update from our IT support, Excavo.
I mean, for the time, I was the prince. Is it? I was the guy.
Not my prince.
Stead.
You were a couple guys.
Like,
we did not make it known to the rest of the community that you were incapacitated. I acted in your stead.
Those Tremere fuckers figured it out anyway. Those assholes. Everybody else was
you probably let it slip almost instantly, but sure, they're fine.
We needed help because we did not have the necessary tools at the time to bring you back, as it were. So we took you to the Tremere, and they wanted exclusive feeding rights in like the city.
They wanted exclusive embracing rights.
Yes, they wanted that, and to that I said no. And then that is kind of what spurred Augustyn to go down the path of blood to revive you. Is that I made the decision to say no.
And they were specifically like, hey, don't use this on the prince. And he's like, I won't. And then he did like 10 minutes later.
That's wonderful.
That is how that played out.
In your opportunity as the interim prince, I must say it was commendable to not allow them to hoard the resources of our community.
We did have
all
to
be able to lovingly embrace whoever we want.
Yes, there was a small incident that happened, and
yes,
that I did feel I worked to cover very well. There was some
the things you're proud of always start with this kind of prevarication.
There was a creature that had been concocted from
a human centipede made out of people.
What else would a human centipede be made out of, Darby?
It wasn't made
Centipedes.
in that way. They were put side to side. They were made into a what's some might call a praying mantis, as it were.
Do you have a praying Hugh mantis? Do you have like a diagram? I'm not sure. I want to know. Is it important?
Well, yeah, it's gnarly and gross. It got out in the city. We didn't make it. I want to stress, we did not make it, but we did, run away from it.
Leslie made a human centipede.
Probably. No. We don't know yet. We haven't. Leslie, he seems like the type. I agree, sir. He does seem like the type.
I didn't think so, but I guess it is always the quiet ones, isn't it?
We found this creature as we were addressing a different issue, and the creature got out of its containment, and we had to.
So when you
try.
say it got out, now that's the passive voice. Can you put that into an active voice sentence for me?
The creature escaped.
Yes, it escaped its
with no assistance or help from.
Actually, that is true. We did not help it, but we also did not stop it.
Who opened the door?
Okay. Okay.
I'm not here. I'm not here.
Anyway,
Look, it's all fine. Everything's fine. It didn't even kill anyone, probably.
So you took care of it.
Someone took care of it. It was taken care of. If I might venture back into the passive voice, it was taken care of.
So did you spend the majority of 2 days just chasing down a human centipede?
Oh no, that was just like the end of the first day.
Oh, that was the end. Yes, we went there.
No, we killed like 40 other people first.
There for a different.
Augustyn made a human pinata. He turned the guy into a plant pinata.
That's Augustyn. Augustyn did that.
Yeah, it was gross but effective. He grew a tree inside of dude. You would have liked it.
Yeah.
You'd have liked it. It was gnarly.
Have you killed any of the other horsemen of the apocalypse yet?
No. Well, we were waiting for you. We were waiting for you to come back.
About famine.
What have we learned about famine?
What I learned about famine, I used my spirit touch to learn that famine.
Hold on. Let's rewind. What do you mean by spirit touch?
As well, is that the name? I have the name, but I.
That's what she calls it when she gets drunk.
Yes, that I've earned more experience in my Auspex abilities to be able to touch an object and know who was holding that object and how they felt, and potentially
so this is
other
not a
details
Patrick
of their
Swayze
situation.
in Ghost situation.
No,
kind of, like sort of.
Was the object in question ceramics?
No, it was the letters that Famine had written.
Oh, wonderful! The chess letter,
yes.
The chesters.
Yes, I held the letters, and I could feel the presence of Famine. What they were doing at the time is they were smoking some sort of substance that.
Did it make you feel hungry?
No, it was in a hookah, and it put Famine into this sort of meditative state to imbue these letters with some level of magic.
And that's what caused
smoking wasn't
shift
like
in the prior.
Yes, and it wasn't a pleasant high. It was not. It was not. But they felt they needed to smoke this to imbue these letters with the magic.
And they didn't cut it with any.
I did not see them pack this
like
ball.
You would think they would put like a little.
I don't believe they were doing that and writing at the time. But I understood this to be similar to a shaman, like what a shaman would do.
Wait, so let me get this straight. So in your investigations, you have uncovered that Famine is the one who wrote the letters.
Yes.
A thing we already knew, and that she is magic, which
as in,
is a thing we also already. Thank you.
But there is a substance that she had to smoke to imbue the magic. That we did not know.
Well, yeah, we've all heard of cigarettes. That's.
No, this is not the same.
Magic cigarette. You could even say like
going really
good. Jazz cigarettes.
We also understand that the former prince felt that Famine was flirting with him. If we did not know this in any other context, this has been confirmed. Famine was not, in fact, doing this. Flirtatiously.
We've all been there, all right. I mean, come on. Sometimes you read it wrong. Like you want it to be a certain way, and then it's not that way.
He
like,
got catfished.
So the hookah could be like a love spell of some sort, potentially, if we were to put all those pieces together. That could be a conclusion.
So to help
when,
oh, go ahead.
Darby was misreading whenever Augustyn would end a text message with a thumbs up.
Yeah, like
he was coming on to him. Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Where else are you going to put it? I don't know. I still think I was right about this.
Okay, thank you for picking up the perfect tee up there. Great. Okay.
Well, to help convey what
rusty, but it's like riding a bike.
Yeah. It's exactly
the
like
thumb thing. I'm still talking about the thumb thing.
My bicycle seat operates.
A thumber? I don't know. What do you call that?
If you're the first to do it and name it, then they can name it after you. That's giving them the old Darby.
Giving them the Darby. I love this. Yes.
I'd call it the Siskel and Ebert.
Why not like the Julius Caesar? Because it is much more of a thumbs down.
So,
the Commodus.
Yeah,
what?
I mean, that actually is yes. Yeah, the Komodo.
That is a multi-leveled pun, if I do say so myself.
I don't think I'm getting any of the levels.
That does work on several levels, yes.
What's his name?
It's a poop joke, I get that much.
The bad guy in Gladiator's name was Commodus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he famously is the meme of the thumbs down. And
Much
he has the
like-
word commode in his name, so that is the double whammy there.
Much like Kimber's hair and career, that joke is layered.
Hey-oh, callback. Hey. I think that was from before we were recording, but that is nice. I like that. That's back into the land before time.
You know, there was an emperor named Pupienus.
You cannot be pronouncing that right.
Pupienus. Pupienus.
Pupienus?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, shit. That's shit-ass. Emperor shit-ass. That's right.
So, to help convey what was conveyed to Excavo, the questions were like, what kind of magic was used to curse the correspondence chess game letters? What was the process? Just a little bit more insight into Famine's process. And the answer was, it seemed like she had to get herself into an altered state using a lot of something that she was smoking out of a hookah. And it wasn't a like fun party vibe. It was a very solemn thing mixed with physical discomfort and pain. Not immediately actionable information, but that's what she got.
Have we learned what else happened that was
Praying
important
mantis
while
thing.
Well, I heard.
So
No, this may come up again because
well, let's just tell Blake what happened. We don't have to do all the exposition in character. I mean, let's say we're explaining to Blake in as much detail as possible what happened while he was gone, and let's try to tell him, because it's just going to be easier and better for entertainment if we just get this part out of the way.
Yeah.
As we left, we kind of sort of left the door open.
No.
And
Just didn't let the thing out straight up.
Might have come out of there, and
Augustyn did?
we didn't hear anything about it.
It's Augustyn. No,
Yeah.
he wanted
We
to
thought
leave.
the door was shut, and then we get a notice from Barry that we need to go to Club Wonderland like right now. So the three of us go, and Jeffrey Lamprey wants to talk to us and says, hey, we know about what happened. So Nosferatu saw the praying mantis and killed it. Unfortunately, one of the three Nosferatu who were there, they got killed. So Jeffrey was like, hey, I'm gonna need 3 major boons to like not tell other people about this. We negotiated it down, and one of the boons is that Jeffrey now has exclusive feeding rights at Club Wonderland. Augustyn blackmailed him. We're not going to talk about that again.
Augustyn just got out of it.
Yeah, he got out of one of the boons, and I still owe him. So that might come up that I need to...
Yeah, I also owe him a boon. It was just like really stellar negotiating by everyone but Avoxe, who ended up somehow eating like kind of 2 boons.
Yeah, I was a different person then, you know.
And you keep saying... What is Excavo's relation to Avoxe?
That is the other person. So to bring in another thing,
a lot happened.
Darby launched himself across the city and landed on my body, and that hurt me so badly that I turned into a whole ass other person. And my name is Excavo backwards. Yes.
Oh well, no.
This character
Archibald knows of Avoxe. They did their undergrad together. I just don't know the connection between Excavo and Avoxe. Yeah.
Avoxe is Excavo spelled backwards.
No, this is the one thing that you guys have told me. Just
okay.
Hanging out with you guys, so I know about Avoxe.
It did happen because I crushed her. I don't really remember.
Yes,
you actually. She was standing next to a garage, and you punched her, and the 2 of you came out the other side of the garage. Yeah. It was actually... Darby hit the garage once and landed in the garage, and then went back to the trebuchet, and Excavo was investigating the hole with Augustyn, and was trying to figure out what could have made this, and then here comes Darby again, punches her through the existing hole, and made a new hole in the back of the garage. Yeah. And she came out in another personality.
So you're saying my shot was so good, I landed in the exact same spot that I launched into the first time? I'm calling that a win. I think that's a W right there. Hell yeah. I was already getting good.
How did she turn back?
She just woke up as the other person, right?
Yeah, she slept on it.
Back in character. Okay, one more question for you all is, what happened to the guys who beat me to death? Or near death?
Augustyn, I can't hear you.
One of them became a plant puppet.
Oh, those are the guys you killed.
No.
No, the bikers.
I ran them over immediately. Like
the bikers.
You were still in the session from that, but your character was in torpor. I ran them over with my car and pretty much killed them all. I think that's how it went down. I think we committed a lot of murder in public. I think I did a lot of damage. I ran over them all with my car. I remember I used the car to enter the fight. And did a lot of damage with that. And then I'm pretty sure once we had them fucked up, we were able to kill the rest. I don't know if some of them got away or not, but I'm pretty sure we just killed them all.
We found
all of them were killed.
Jade's sword there.
We did, and then the people that they were trying to kill, Master Splinter's kid, whatever the fuck, it's all Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bullshit.
The Christians.
They were the ones.
Literally, Darby, you dropped up. Like, we literally I got a call from Archibald. No voice. We went to St. Michael's. We see the carnage. We see Archibald there. That's when we found Jade's sword. We put all the stuff and Archibald into the Escalade and go to the Chantry. Darby, you dropped off Donna and Palladia at the hospital, and then you immediately went to Club Wonderland to get your helicopter, and then that's when you found the trebuchet and started launching yourself towards the manor.
It was a wild couple days.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just going through some shit.
By the way, everyone.
I don't.
To all those who celebrate.
I don't think we did anything with the biker guys.
Well, no, I mean, the combat was we killed them all.
Yeah.
Like in the combat, they are dead.
Before
we had a full scene of combat. Look.
You used the Lamborghini. Oh, you ran over them with the Lamborghini.
I did. I was going very quickly. The Lamborghini, that was its final act of service to the team, was fucking destroying some biker kneecaps. Full speed.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's what we did.
My apologies. It's been 13 months.
So we did.
2 days.
So we.
That was how long you were supposed to be in torpor. We kind of played it out, honestly.
Also, Excavo got some psychic impressions from Jade's sword, which has been retrieved.
I held the sword. I figured out
what's
it's
cheap
just a sword.
We don't know. We haven't had Deus Ex Jade yet. Jade Ex Machina. There we go.
Since then, Jade kept the sword closer often. So I learned, like, Darby held it, and then I learned a little bit about Darby. I go back to when Jade held it. Since that time, Jade had kept the sword, feeling anxious and stressed a lot. When the sword left her possession, she went to feed, feeling worried at the time. She was surprised when hunting, then confused, then scared. Then the sword was gone. The next owner discarded the sword. Zed. Okay, so that's what we learned about Jade.
Could I help convey a few more little details about that?
Sure.
Because I think your role was really
I was just talking
great.
About what Jade was doing, but I have other details.
So the team discovered that the Jade took the sword out to hunt. Possibly because she was feeling like really nervous and the sword was like kind of a comfort thing for her. And then she ran into someone that confused and then scared her. And then that other person...
20 in first. That's not how you should go with the sword. Like, really.
Then the other person took the sword.
Zed.
They were someone named Zed, who has been mentioned before as... the person who may be the head of or one of the top guys in the biker gang. Darby had claimed earlier that when he heard from the biker brain bucket, or did Zed send you to like test me or something? Darby started claiming, yes, I'm working for Zed. Zed sent me. Zed was the person who took the sword from Jade and hung onto it for a little while and then passed it off to someone else as a prize, like a reward for doing something. And that person was one of the people who beat up Archibald and then got carded by Darby.
So what's on the agenda today, team?
You notice leads? Two quick things I wanted to throw out. Archibald, as you get your sea legs, walking around post-torpor, you somehow happen upon the knowledge that you've unlocked a new house rule for the power that you have called Leaps and Bounds. By default, your jumping distance and height are doubled from what they should normally be. But from now on, if you spend 1 blood point, then for 1 turn, you can triple your jumping distance or height. Just a thing that I thought would make that power more fun. And also, you check your phone, which still has a little bit of charge on it, and you notice that there is a voicemail message on it. And what does Excavo think this is?
I remember that there was a call that I did not answer on your phone.
And then I think, oh no, I've got to charge my phone.
Yeah. So you check your phone I had actually forgotten what Kimber had remembered. You see that there's a missed call from
Barry?
Jeffrey Lamprey and then Barry. Neither of them leave a voicemail, but there's another unrelated voicemail. And there's a voice that says, "Hello, this is Dr. Eugene Stool calling for Dr. Archibald Alvins. You recognize this voice. Dr. Stool is your department chair at Dracula University. I received a call today from a gentleman named..." You said it, so it's canon.
Yeah,
I received a call today from a gentleman named Abraham in New Cammack, Indiana, asking us if you were doing a study there in that city. He said he had interacted with you in person in the past week and gave me this phone number to reach you. Archibald, in the nearly 2 weeks that you've been missing from campus, we've received no word about your whereabouts, and we've been very concerned. Look, I'm used to your unusual hours and occasionally needing a GA to sub for you on short notice, but this... Please get back in touch with us and let us know if you're all right and when you'll be coming back. Since this guy called us, I've had to dissuade people in the department from driving to New Cammack to look for you. Just give me a call when you get this, please.
What a popular professor. My God.
Why does Dracula University have the same vibe?
Was your question?
God, can a guy take a sabbatical without any advance notice?
Yeah, remember, from their perspective, you were in the middle of a semester, and then all of a sudden you were just gone because you were abducted and you didn't have your phone. You were given no opportunity to give word to them, and you're still under that blood contract that forbids you from deliberately contacting anyone outside of the city, personally or by proxy, or allowing any kindred to communicate with someone outside of the city. So, unfortunately, you're left with the impression that there would be dire consequences if you even called this guy back.
Yep, I'm not breaking the deal, so I guess that's just going to be a thread that will hang over us until somebody comes to find me, maybe.
Maybe.
Are they going to track your location with your phone? I don't know. You said Dracula University, and I got the same vibe as Hotel Transylvania. The movie?
Different institutions.
Both made up by Blake, strangely.
Yeah, true.
When is my first community college class?
Yeah, Darby's a professor now.
What?
So
I rolled pretty good on creating my curriculum, too. Like, I'm actually teaching a real college class.
What's it called? What did you title your course?
I don't remember. I think
I don't know if you've given it a title.
the project for the first semester is we're all building my race car bed together.
Well, it is May. It's May 5th. I just Googled when do college summer classes start, and it says May or June. Let's go with Ball State as a template. Ball State summer classes begin on May 13th, so that means it'll be 8 days from now that your classes start, which is pretty perfect.
That's sweet.
Well, everyone, I'm very weary and unable to walk very much.
Should we go?
But I'm so hungry and thirsty. I know you've already taken dear care of me so well in these last 48 hours. Do we have any blood, like, in the fridge? Why do we have a refrigerator?
For guests, for Jade.
Well, it would be worth noting, for the good prince, as a result of my murderous rampages.
Yeah, he is the hot dog man. We're all looking for the guy. We're looking for the murder guy.
We are looking for the murder guy, and I've been deputized to be the lead investigator for the Chantry in finding out who the fuck done it. So, I need to loop you in that I'm leaning into the whodunit, and I'm currently working diligently to propagate the conspiracy that it is, in fact, aliens. Someone said it out loud, and I was like, we need to, like, really lean into this. So,
Look at me.
just, spreading the lie and reinforcing every time we feed or if something gets found out, we need to continue to tell people that it's aliens.
Right, because Leslie had shared with us that somebody on a conspiracy site had found some bodies that had been drained and wrote about it on the internet.
Well, other than idiot bloggers, no one will ever believe that. Everyone knows that this is chupacabra territory.
Everyone?
Is more likely, after all. Their goat sucker is just one step away from human sucker.
Actually, chupacabra is real.
There is, in
Darby
fact,
believes chupacabras already, and he knows that it's us who's been doing the murders.
He really knows the truth.
weirdly, there is, in fact, a goat farm in the outskirts of New Cammack that you may have seen on a map or mentioned somewhere. There's like a petting zoo. And
I really love the idea of just like opening up my atlas or whatever we have, Google Maps, and just like, let's look at a map of the town and just big circle. Goat farm.
Yeah.
Just says right on it.
Right here. Goat farm. This travel atlas sponsored by
Out in the bad
Uncle
lands.
Pappy's goat farm.
Is that, I mean, do we have any leads at all for the other horsemen, the remaining 2 horsemen? We know of the giant conglomerate of armed men. We don't know exactly where it is. We just know that another one exists.
We
And
know
War's like stand-in, or some stand-in met with us at Club Wonderland.
I think it was Famine's representative that
Famine.
showed
Yes,
up
yes,
at
you're right.
Club Wonderland.
I assumed it was War at first, because he's a big tough guy, but...
I don't know if War has made an appearance yet. At least
No.
if they have, we haven't identified them correctly as War.
what we
My
could do.
suspicion is like Zed or somebody related to that camp, but...
What we could do is we know Famine needs access to some sort of substance that they use to... I don't know if that was a one-time thing or if it's worth like figuring out. Maybe we trace where they might have gotten that substance, and then that might lead us closer to them.
It's the best lead
I
we
know
have.
where there are some people who know all about substances.
Goat farm?
Are we about to go to Camp Moonlight?
Mmm.
To
Darby's
check in
favorite.
on Andy Augustyn's grow operation?
Yeah.
they're not a cult.
I am not fighting any bears this time.
No bears.
Well, yeah, there are none left.
Ah!
You've
Just
kind of
twisting the
obliterated
knife.
the local bear population.
You know, I was getting needled an awful lot less when you were asleep. Just throwing that out there. Just no one's listening, but I just pointed out.
Okay, so we can
Let's
go
go to Camp Moonlight. Do we have any cars big
Okay.
enough for everybody?
There's
I feel like
Escalade.
The Escalade got fucked up again.
It's
They don't
banged
have
up,
blood
but just
all over them. Yeah.
yeah, the Escalade is just cosmetically banged up. Also, for what it's worth, Darby glances out of the porch and sees a package addressed to him from Wingsuits Incorporated.
I'm just gonna.
we gotta do this.
You guys can take whatever car you want. I'll meet you there. Hang on a second. So Darby just like Kid on Christmas morning just tears the thing apart. He actually like carefully reads the instructions about how to wear it. Like this is so important to him. Everyone, like he's clearly in a hurry. He's very excited, but he's taking it very seriously.
Did you get it customized?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What does it look like?
I had a whole I mean, I think there's like a theme.
It's Cars 2 branded.
It looks like that.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a Batman suit?
That's the suit. Yeah, okay. It looks like that.
Dude, the Revenant is gonna be so stoked.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to see this. That's like,
oh my god.
The writers are telegraphing that has to happen. Why would they introduce character obsessed with Batman and then another character that wants to dress like Batman and not put them in the same scene? We already have Bat Signal.
Do you want to pick an
Mobile? We need to get a Batmobile.
Do you want to pick an iteration of Batman that the wingsuit is modeled after?
Nipples, right?
Series, right?
Yeah,
George
yes.
Clooney, obviously.
Batman Forever, Batman.
Sharp.
With the nipples.
Sharp.
Diamond encrusted.
I think it was Val Kilmer that. No. You're right. It was Clooney that had the nipples.
Clooney with the nipples.
Famous for the nips.
Actually, one of the only actors that does have nipples.
Oh, interesting.
It's standard in Hollywood to have them removed.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of SAG membership.
Yeah, they do the teeth and then the nips. It's like second.
What is it, a Bruckheimer film?
Right. So yeah, I read the instructions and I try to get suited up like right away. And my plan is to take my helicopter to the roof of Club Wonderland. At which time, I will trebuchet my way to our destination to Camp Moonlight.
Okay.
Are we absolutely certain that he didn't accidentally order it like a size or size and a half too small? Are we absolutely positive that didn't accidentally happen?
That happened if Augustyn...
It is custom.
I measured it carefully.
Damn.
Augustyn just paid for it.
Let's go ahead and skip over the starting of the helicopter. I know it has been contentious whether or not you could actually get it started because before Chopper Dave was doing it, I think you've tried it a few times by now.
We just are driving the helicopter around now. What happened to the Escalade?
The Escalade's fine. You guys are taking the Escalade. I'm going to different places. Yeah, that's right. You guys are going directly to Camp Moonlight. I am not. I am taking an indirect route because I am trying to figure this out. I'm trying to ascertain the best, most efficient way to traverse the city, and I'm getting faster and faster. It was car, it was MKT, and now it's fucking wingsuit.
Helicopter, yeah.
So
I'm in Act 3 of this video game.
There's like a pamphlet with a wingsuit, and it doesn't tell you what to it's mostly warnings telling you like don't ever use this in a populated area. Make sure you have the permission of whoever owns the tall thing that you have to jump from. Make sure you always have a parachute. Go through proper professional training before ever trying this. All stuff that Darby would disregard. Things about like minimum height that you have to jump from. Never do this in like adverse weather conditions. That's what you get from it.
Okay. And Darby just puts it on, like he devil may care, and he is going to trebuchet his way directly to Camp Moonlight.
I can look up historical weather information for central Indiana.
Yeah, why not?
And turns out on this day in this year,
Oh wait, I found a picture of it.
Someone else made the joke already.
Yes, I found this photo online.
Wonderful.
What is that we're looking at?
The trebuchet.
Oh, it's very small. Oh, there it is. Yes, now that I've blown you up.
It is raining, and is 10 miles an hour, is that strong winds, or is that just like a breeze?
That's just a breeze.
Okay. Yeah, it's raining really lightly, and there's a light breeze in the evening, but it's clearing up pretty quickly.
Great. I'm taking everything I learned from my experimentation, and I'm going to launch myself directly to Camp Moonlight.
All right. What is everyone else? Is everyone else just driving to Camp Moonlight in the Escalade?
I think we're all in the car.
On the way, I would love to stop for like a refreshing.
Yeah. Blake should feed.
I don't know, smoothie, but with blood, or milkshake, but with blood.
You can't eat food.
Chocolate malt, or with blood.
I found chocolate malt.
Or like just like if we could stop and have a person's blood, maybe.
Yeah, let's feed. Let's
Thank you guys. I'm very weary. So if you guys,
do we need to help him feed?
Could you bring a person right over?
He is going to be.
Yeah,
he's at a -5 dice pool penalty.
All of my legs.
Looks like we'll have to take him down to Murder Alley.
Augustyn, you're braver than I. Find somebody.
Are broken. Is Murder Alley where Onion Alley used to be? Is that the same alley?
Is it?
It's still Onion Alley, but just with a different onion person inhabiting it now.
Is that different than Murder Alley? Are those different?
It's different than Murder Alley.
Different.
Murder Alley is just where I committed my latest atrocity, and
yeah, Augustyn, you're braver than I. Go find somebody and bring them back to this vehicle.
Cool.
I am assuming Prince roll here because our Prince is still weak.
Nervously.
If there was like a Jamba Juice for hemoglobin.
A milkshake's just like white blood cells.
Yeah. I was just spending like the last few minutes looking up the names of different smoothie shops and also different names for blood. I couldn't find anything.
Just trying to find wordplay.
So like, there's
strawberry milkshake.
How about so be positive? That's not a great one.
Like
you certainly swung.
There's
I am whelmed by that joke.
A thrombi is a name for a blood clot, and like thrombi juice. That's still not quite there. Oh man. Oh well. Anyway.
O positive Julius. That's not.
O positive Julius isn't quite there. Orange positive Juliet. No, even that still doesn't work.
Star.
This is challenging.
Okay, American Red. Go to Wendy's for an American Red Frosty.
A Red Frosty.
An American Red Frosty at Wendy's. No, that's
we're not even. Yeah.
Masterfully put together.
Prompt. Yeah.
Let's return back to this.
Plasma punch.
There's alliteration there at least.
So, how does Augustyn try to fulfill this this task of bringing a person back into the Escalade?
I park the Escalade deep at the far end of Murder Alley.
Augustyn.
And then I prowl the streets looking for anyone who seems like they're not a hunter, but will also listen to my crazed conspiracy about the recent alien abductions and drainings.
Is there a way that I could like signal jam the area so people can't call 911?
Augustyn, I'm not long for this world, but I have an idea. Come closer, my son.
My son.
Come closer to me. It would be very hard to lure a person here. I must come with you. There's only one way, Augustyn. Do you still have the sunglasses I gave you? You have to weekend at Bernie's me. It's the only way.
So,
I will simply pretend to be a weekend at Bernie's, and you must lure someone in who will help me by applying CPR or something, and then I will eat them.
What?
As Augustyn is considering this, help me set the scene here. We haven't yet established where Murder Alley is. Between Darby Manor and Camp Moonlight, you would pass through like a bar kind of Broad Ripple sort of area where Club Wonderland is, a residential area where the haunted house was, a mall.
Personally,
on
I kind of
the
like
east side.
the idea of it just being literally the next alley next to Onion Alley.
Onion or murder?
I don't know where Onion Alley is relative to this either.
Let's say yes, they're next to each other. Where are they? You could pick between.
I feel like they'd
Is
be in
it
the Broad Ripple area?
Like
right?
downtown bar area, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could swing through downtown if that's preferred. We could say both these alleys are downtown.
Yeah, we'll call it downtown.
Oh, they
Is
could
that
be intersecting even.
is that spooky house downtown?
No, the spooky house is actually not far from Darby Manor and Club Wonderland.
Where we
Okay.
had our first
Yeah,
fight.
we'll keep it downtown. I'm fearful of luring hunters to Darby Manor anyway, so I probably wouldn't want to hunt around us as not to give away our well-kept secret in Masquerade. But yeah, in the downtown area, I try to find someone who will listen to my depraved ravings of the existence of aliens and their recent heightened activity in the local municipalities. And I swear I've got the proof, and try and convince them to come view my proof of alien technology in Murder Alley.
Good job, Steve, on that image.
Oh my god!
So specific.
So you're walking around populated areas of downtown, like within a block of what has become known as Murder Alley because of you, and really nobody wants to engage in a conversation with you because you kind of seem like either a panhandler or a street preacher until you come upon a street preacher who's more than willing to get into a conversation with you.
I can tell in our conversations that he's not actually listening. He's just waiting for his chance to pontificate back at me.
100%.
So-
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So I absolutely just like trying to make it clear that following me will be the end of my sentence, and he will be then able to tell me the illustrious word of God. I lead him down Murder Alley, and I'll say incapacitate him.
That's
You throw some bullshit at him about aliens, and he's like, well, if you think about it, the Bible talks all about creatures that we could regard as alien beings, such as aliens, or as angels, all that. And he's looking down, he's flipping through his pocket Bible, and not really paying a lot of attention to his surroundings, and you do successfully lead him down an alley. And what do you do to subdue him?
Ooh, oh man. Is there such an actual thing as scaring somebody so bad that they faint, like fainting goat style?
Oh, sure.
I'm going to say let's invent mechanics for that. Let's say if it's
the storyteller's challenge.
If it's an intimidation roll with the intention specifically to spook the person, and you get more successes than the person has dots in stamina, then yes, they could.
Here's kind of the vibe I'm going for. So I still have this disembodied hand attached to the back of my head. I'm just going to assume through some obfuscation he can't really see that in our path, or he's not really looking because he's looking at his book.
Wait, are you just wearing an animated hand on your head in public?
Do you have a hat on?
We'll say when I'm generally like in full view of the public, it like tucks into my shirt or something. But as we walk into the alley and it becomes clear that I'm out of general view, it seats itself on the back of my head. And as he's telling me about the parity between angels and aliens, I get this starstruck look on my face and just, by God, it's all so clear. You're absolutely right. And as I'm like telling him that he's correct, the hand crawls onto my face with the eye closed and opens, locking pupils with him. And I just let out a blood-curdling scream. And either, if he doesn't pass out, I'm just going to resort to immediate violence and hit him in the head until he's sleepy. But I'm hoping that the hand crawling into the middle of my head, my third eye opening at him, and the scream will be enough to...
Would he not just run away?
So, to me, this sounds like... I'm going to say if your goal is to get someone to pass out, that is more difficult than just intimidating them in general. So I'm going to say difficulty is 7, which I feel like is still friendly. This would be friendly. Charisma plus intimidation. Your dice pool would be 3 for that. Because of your nightmare, it's reduced to 2. Let me double check what the results are of not having any dots in intimidation.
2 dice, difficulty 7.
Actually, since you don't have any dots in intimidation, that adds another 1 to the difficulty. So this would be 2 dice, difficulty 8.
Oh shit!
But
all right,
So you're saying there's a chance.
Reminder, you do have the option to use willpower to get an automatic success on this.
Ooh. You know what? I will. I'll go ahead and use a willpower to go and get an automatic success. I am very low on willpower at this point, putting me at 2. But I like the style.
Did you give yourself 1 for waking up? Because don't you just generate another willpower every day?
True. Yeah. I see. Wait, no. Yeah, I see 2. No, I see 3. Let's call it 3 willpower.
It was started with 3, woke up with 4, used 1, put me back at 3. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. I'll roll the other dice because we're playing a dice game, but I do have 1 success in there.
Sure. 1 success plus, not that one.
You know what? It's not a botch, which is pretty great.
Well, you roll both of your dice.
Oh!
The willpower...
The playing Yahtzee.
Yeah, the success from the willpower is in addition to whatever the dice roll.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't just like make a die.
I didn't understand that mechanic either.
Yep.
Saying spend a willpower to make it successful.
Yeah, I thought I didn't realize it would add a success to the dice pool. That's considerably better.
Yep.
You still have the multi-dice risk of botching, I guess. So it's not a total boon, but...
A success from spending willpower can't be canceled by rolling a 1. So So it's
you can't botch.
Correct.
You automatically succeed, actually.
Yeah.
A 1 could have no effect at all.
Yeah. It would just deduct from any other successes you get. So you lure this guy into the end of the alley, and then you bring out your router's hand and you scream, and his knees get wobbly and he goes, ah, ah, ah. You only get 1 success, so he's not like out like a light, but he's out like a boxer that just took a solid hit, and he's wobbly and he's staring off into the middle distance, and doesn't like seem to know quite where he is at the moment.
Okay, then I'll choose violence.
Just
a good crack to the side of the dome. We're going ooky spooky Nightmare Before Christmas style. They had him with the burlap sack, but they also used head punches.
Do me a favor and roll 1 die to determine if this helps your cause or hurts it.
Oh,
there we go. Yeah,
so close, not
so that
murdering.
That sends him over the edge. He falls down, and he seems to be out for the moment. If he had rolled lower, it would have brought him 2 instead.
I caught the reference there.
Boondock
Saints. I got you. I hear you.
Cool. So as soon as he's out, I drag him over to Archibald and just kind of like dump him into his lap and just kind of like, I don't know the rest of this. Bon appetit.
Oh,
Archie, phone home. And then I bite down and drink.
I did part of that, not
him?
how I planned to do that. I was supposed to compare your successes to their stamina. I won't redo it though. That's
If
how many
we had gone to the other alley, he wouldn't have had to murder. He would have just had to hit him with a burlap sack full of onions.
He would have just had to onion him.
Exactly.
Right? That was the choice.
Inside you, there are 2 alleys.
Well, Archibald has the capacity to take 5 blood points.
Blood fits in me.
A total of 13. So the standard feeding procedure is you take 3 points out of a person, and that is not quite enough to put them into like a medically precarious position. It's more like 2, like 3 should actually be kind of harmful, but we've fudged it a little bit and said like you can take 3 from a mortal fairly safely. Do you keep it safe or do you go past that?
Well, I'm just gonna take the 3, I guess, and then heal to some more levels of damage, I guess.
All right, you immediately heal up to the injured level. You only have a dice pool penalty of 1.
So you probably feed yourself at this point.
Yeah.
Totally. And the street preacher suffers the effects of the capital K kiss and like goes completely out and his brain's all fuzzy when your fangs go into him. You drain his blood, and then he just kind of rolls out of the Escalade and into the alley looking absolutely serene and like fang drunk.
Now that you live here, your name will be Murder Jack.
He doesn't hear you.
There are 2 wolves. Murder and
To Camp Moonlight, I'm feeling much better. Thank you, Augustyn, for giving me a fast food.
But of course, my good sir. Now, how do we make this look as though it were done by aliens?
Paint him green.
Gotta probe that butt.
You can do that.
I'm actually... that's not a bad idea. Are there any metal pipes
What?
Visible in the alley.
Oh, I
What?
thought you were painting him green. Oh, you're talking about Graham's thing.
No.
Unfortunately. You see a rain gutter?
Unfortunately, there are only 7.
There
Place some
is...
stool softener next to him. Just give him the idea that there's might be something he would need that for.
Oh my god.
His plan.
Next for Inception.
I grab the nearest pipe. Preacher is left face down, ass up, hole torn in pants. Pipe is dipped in, rolled in what looks like, if there is available human fecal matter in this alley somewhere, I'm gonna make it look as though it were inserted rectally.
Kill this man and give him a bad disease.
Jesus.
Well, no. I'm not putting it in him actually. I'm trying to make it look as though he was
Oh my
probed.
god.
How merciful of you. Would a vampire do this?
Yes, that's the idea. But yeah, no. I
We're asking this. Does he find what he's looking for in this alley?
A pipe and a poop.
A pipe and a poop. Yeah.
Episode title, by the way.
Yeah.
Smoking a pancake? A pipe and a poop.
Well, I better say something funnier than that real fast. Okay.
We gotta save this
Why
episode.
start now, Blake?
Where's Keena Thompson? We gotta save this.
Woo! So I rolled a 6 for a
I have
pipe.
not seen an episode of Keenan in some time.
You do find some pipes. You find a, like I said, a rain gutter, and also like a PVC pipe that's screwed to a wall that's used to route some cables through that have already been clipped. It's not in use. And also, you find so much poop. It doesn't seem to be human poop, though. It seems to be where people go and poop their dogs. Horse poop. What? No.
I just thought of poop in the street. I'm like, it's.
This
No, I
guy is
get where.
going
Yeah.
to-
Is
This
there
guy's gonna
carriage
wake
rides
up.
in the city?
This guy's gonna wake up and he's gonna know. He knows the difference.
Goodness gracious. Okay, so for the
Like, this
specifics,
isn't my poop.
I dislodge the pipe. I actually tear some of the dangling cabling off as well and stick it in the non-gross end of the pipe to make it look technology-like. I take the non-technology end of the stick and swirl it around in some of the fecal matter.
This is happening.
And set it on the ground next to the priest. The priest is face down, ass up, pants torn. But before tearing his pants, I give him kind of like an Indian burn, like one of the where you create enough friction and it irritates the skin. I do that, but wedgie style to make his butt feel irritated when he wakes up, and then I tear his pants open, and that's how he is left. He has an irritated pair of butt cheeks, a poop and technology-laden pipe next to him, and a foggy memory that suggests it could have been aliens.
You did a whole arts and crafts project.
A whole thing. How long did this take?
This is me and
Excavo
were in the car an hour later.
Excavo is not.
He has 2 dots in crafts.
Oh my god.
Craps.
Hey! Ew.
How is it that everything Augustyn does is the worst thing that Augustyn's ever done?
He has to continue raising the bar. The bar is now covered in shit, so.
Well, he's going to say that he could have actually just done it. He could have actually probed the man.
I always leave a little room. I always leave a little room to descend further. I'm just saying.
The wedgie
a fun
part,
new
he just,
album
sexually assaulted
from
this man.
Andy, Probe the Priest.
So you left evidence of a probing that did not actually happen. Is this correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
He just sexually assaulted him in the process.
I was going to say we dropped him off at the house.
So
Not our house, the priest's house.
So you tore his pants and rubbed stuff on his butthole but without actually violating.
No. Before
This-
tearing his
At that
pants,
point, it
I kind of
seems
like pinch the top and bottom of the
crap.
cloth,
You look.
like on either end of his butt crack.
Excuse
and
me,
kind of
Yeah,
do, like,
that's what I'm
like
saying.
a flossing
He did that.
motion.
I got a food delivery. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I
A
feel
What a
like
time
flossing
to
motion
eat.
with his pants, like wedgie style, to create a friction burn to irritate his butt cheeks when he wakes up.
I feel like the psychic harm that you cause is worse than any.
Yeah, that's the
Physical
assault I was
harm you
talking
could-
about. That
This
was-
is actually far worse than all of the murders you have done.
At least, when you murdered somebody, you didn't have to live through it.
Of all the things St. Peter is going to bring up
And
when you
Death
finally
would
kick
be-
it.
Death would be a mercy to this man.
Oh.
you know how in like Legal Eagle, like he'll review a movie and then he'll list off all of the crimes that like the main character committed? I'm curious, like
If Legal
how much
Eagle
jail
did an
time?
episode on Augustyn,
Yeah, how much jail time? And what crimes?
We're going to have to dip into the Geneva Convention to...
Thank you for letting me get away with all of this, Graham. I could not have done any of it without you.
No, there have been consequences, and there will be more.
No,
You're just gonna have to find more creative ways to punish me, then, I
committed
guess.
Other atrocities. Does this potentially take away any of his humanity by assaulting him?
New
in some way?
Cammack 2.
And-
It's aliens this time.
So, do you feed... that took you, let's say, driving around, getting downtown, getting back to or the Camp Moonlight. That should take you like maybe a half hour.
Making my way downtown. And
Yeah.
then the craft took
Walking
3
fast.
more hours.
Do you want to do any more hunting, or are you good?
What's that put your blood at there?
I don't
Blake?
think I'm.
Well,
Same as was
I
before.
drank 3, but then I also just like restored it immediately. But I still have... How many blood points do I have left?
You have 8 of 13.
I feel like that's sufficient now.
Oh, we have
and
a
I
new
can
player.
walk around enough to like.
Steve is
not die.
transformed.
Steve's a good boy. Steve's such a good boy.
I think we're just through the headphones.
Oh, I used to
The dog
remember
needs to know.
Judy?
Judy?
Julie? The name of the dog. Wouldn't it say Judy?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, no, it's Good Friday, so today it's Judas.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
One of my pets will betray me. Okay, well,
It's just human form.
everyone drives to...
What's the name of your dog?
Oh, this is Janet.
Janet.
Hi, Jan. Can you say hi?
For a
Can you
second
say
there,
hi?
Janet had just kind of come into frame without you around. Like, oh, it's transformed.
What happened to Darby?
Yeah.
So, we need to figure that out. So Darby flies his helicopter, lands it on the roof of Club Wonderland, where there is a helipad. He can see the visible alarm that this causes in the area around Club Wonderland. But yeah, he lands, gets on the trebuchet, eyeballs which way Camp Moonlight is, dons his wingsuit, and let's see. So it is going to be an intelligence plus technology roll, difficulty 8, to get to Camp Moonlight.
Did we put the trebuchet there, or did he just find it?
It was already there.
It was found.
It was already
Okay, it's
there.
just
It was under the
there.
tarp that was
Great.
there.
Oh,
These
that's
fixes.
what.
Well,
Those
we
are the
didn't,
wrong.
we didn't do it.
Those
Yeah,
are the
I thought
wrong
you were
kinds of
rolling
dice.
D10s. What are you doing?
Oh, I rolled D10s?
Those are D6s.
Oh, that. So it was impossible to get.
Yeah,
impossible to get any successes.
Unlikely.
Yeah. Try that again.
Hey, that went better. This went a little different.
4 successes, right?
I have a specialty in machines, so I will be taking 5 successes actually.
All right.
Wow.
5 successes. With 5 successes, you get within 10 feet of your destination.
So you land right on where they grow the substance we're looking for.
What utility does the wingsuit get me? Because this was the old rules, right?
So,
Yeah.
So Camp Moonlight is actually a little bit out of range of using the trebuchet alone. With the wingsuit, you can actually get all the way to Camp Moonlight.
Ah, superb. And
the mechanics for that, unskilled use of a wingsuit results in a descent ratio of 3 to 1. So the trebuchet roll is one thing. Wingsuit is a separate thing.
Sure.
Dexterity plus athletics, +1 difficulty if you are inexperienced, which is the case. +1 difficulty if you're trying to extend the range to 5 to 1, which you're not necessary here. +1 difficulty if you're trying to hit an exact target, like a doorway or a person, which
that'd be dope, but not what I'm trying to do. No, I don't know enough about where I'm going to aim for that. I'm just trying to get to Camp Moonlight.
And +1 difficulty in turbulent wind, which doesn't really apply here. So roll dexterity plus athletics, difficulty 7.
Okay.
Wow, that's 8 dice.
It is 8 dice. Actually, do I get my celerity for this, or maybe should have gotten an additional dice? But
you got 4 successes regardless.
Oh,
you end up in Camp Moonlight. I don't believe anything about the wingsuit makes it easier to
just
land.
More distance, better accuracy. Like, the reason I got it was because I found my landing accuracy wasn't good enough. Like, I didn't have enough control over where I was going. So I appreciate the range bonus. It would seem to me like it would impact the difficulty of the accuracy roll. That's kind of what its intention was with the wingsuit. But maybe, I don't know. I'm inexperienced with it, but that was my idea. Like, I wasn't accurate enough. I got the wingsuit to get more control.
I think that makes sense. So maybe with a wingsuit, it doesn't matter how many successes you get on the trebuchet. If you get any successes, the wingsuit can compensate for the lack of accuracy. Roll 10d10, please, to determine how much damage you get.
Yeah.
And with fortitude, this is going to be bashing.
10d10. Any successes, or just this is... What am I rolling against? Am I just rolling d10s straight up?
Yeah, just 10d10. Difficulty 6. That's just...
1.
What?
2 successes.
Weird. I only saw one.
I only saw one die. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the animation seems like it messed up, but the roll in the chat is accurate.
Yes.
So the damage that you get, I see a 7, a 10, a 7. So that's 3 bashing. Go ahead and roll to soak 3 bashing.
That's stamina plus fortitude.
Yep.
Ah, bless. That didn't work.
Oh. There.
Quite a few. I did it.
Yep. So
Damage-free landing.
You arrive at Camp Moonlight, just in like a wooded area, and you manage to not slam into a tree. Once again, you have remarkable luck in like going through. You go through some bushes and some shrubs, and they slow you down a little bit, and you roll and tumble, and you stand up a little bashed up, but uninjured. As you get up and start going to the populated area of Camp Moonlight, what was that dude's name? Ziggy something?
Ziggy Stardust, yes.
That's it.
I think it was Ziggy. That sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Ziggy Carmichael. You see a figure tending a fire that hears the sound of the commotion of you landing, and he gets up and he starts walking toward you, and he says, "Hello, who's there?"
And I think we'll pick it up here next time, right?
Oh, it's just about.
Is
about
the
8 o'clock.
van there yet? Did we beat him, or
no.
are we still on the way?
Darby would have beat you by a little while. Darby
Because
has
of
quite
the
a head
Arts and
start.
Craft project. Okay.
A few things. He took a much more direct path with no delays.
All right.
All right. Blake's back. We did it.
I'm back. I'm alive.
Cool.
Keenan's back. Blake is back. Honestly, the whole gang's back together.
Well, would
You guys
anyone like
probably
to
haven't talked about Keenan in like a year?
No, we've kept that going. Well, before you go, Blake, you have an opportunity to spend some experience points. You have 8 of them.
Oh my. I'll probably need to just like refresh and look at all my stats again anyway, so I'm going to save them this time.
Sure. All right. Well, Blake, you were released to run off. What is it do you have a show to go to?
You know Alicia, right? Andy knows Alicia.
Yeah.
Her sister is doing a burlesque performance, so I'm meeting up with Alicia, her fiance, and another friend, and we're going over there. That should be fun.
Dope.
Okay, bye guys. Love
Bye.
ya.
Love you, dude.
Augustyn has 12 experience points.
Man, is that after setting aside for the next thaumaturgical path?
I don't see you having anything banked. So that's all you.
I'll go ahead and bank for the next thaumaturgical path. So now I've got 2 points in blood.
Shooting for the first level of another path.
Yeah.
That will be 7 points. You can
So
get
I'll
that
have
easily.
Five left over for other things. What did... Ooh. Okay. How much would it cost for a third point of craft?
8. Current rating times 4.
And we're getting what? 1 or 2 XP per session down from 3?
Yep.
Okay. So I've got 12. I use 8. That puts me at
4. You need 2 more sessions to buy another thing of thaumaturgy.
Well, I'll be busy enough to occupy 2 sessions worth. I'll go ahead and spend 8 on my third dot of craft.
Love that. You earned it, boss. As my like all of a sudden very relevant machines specialty goes to show, you never know when those abilities are gonna crop up. Be very, very useful.
I have a feeling I'm going to need to get real creative if I want to see this bit to a satisfying fruition with setting scenes and making people think it's aliens fucking up the town and not us.
You know what? Let's actually put that into play. Let's say with your third dot of crafts, go ahead and roll crafts plus, let's say, wits, because you're kind of improvising this stuff to determine how convincingly you can make something that conveys what you're trying to convey, which is an alien probe.
So 5 dice minus 1 for 4 dice?
Correct. Difficulty 7.
Sure. Boo.
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, let's go!
Yahtzee.
Ooh, wow.
2 successes. So it, I'll say with 1 success, you would have made something that, not a lot of people, but some people would have recognized as like an alien butt probe. With 2 successes, you made something that half of the people who witness this or have it described to them would make a connection to alien anal probes.
That's pretty good.
So half of people, let's determine if that street preacher is among that half. Okay.
That's for you to know and for us to maybe find out later.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
But this does seem like a fun bit to chase out and act out as I go through being faux deputy of this here investigation.
It's very amusing that you have taken it upon yourself to incept this idea into the city, and I wish you lots of luck.
Why, thank you. It is so fortunate that we have a DM that allows us the creative freedom to fuck around like this and ruin his...
It's the entire game. The entire game is the fuckery. Like, that's all there is.
And
It's
make
just
your
it's fuckery
shitty
all
art.
the way down.
I know I'm going to just save my points. Trying to get another dot in Auspex.
I'm up to 15 now. Is that right? Something like that?
I see 9 points for you, and you're shooting for 20 for the 5th dot of fortitude.
Only 9? Really?
You had just spent 15 on the 4th dot of fortitude. And then got 8 more. Anyway, yeah, the current total is 9. Excavo has 8, and you're shooting for your 4th dot of Auspex, which will be current rating times 5. So yeah, 15.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I just need another 25 after this.
Yeah.
To get.
Hey, maybe you'll kill another horseman. It'll be like everybody gets 20 experience points.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Probably not. All right. Love you guys. Glad we're back at full strength. This was fun.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Love you guys. Have a good one.
Peace.